Welcome everybody to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Charlotte, episode 1. New series we're doing. A lot of you guys who liked our Angel Beats reactions recommended this, and we hope that you enjoy our reaction to it. I think we read the synopsis at one point, but I don't.
Didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
You just did.
I read it, but I don't remember it. So, and it was a while ago when we were still picking our shows, because we picked shows, I think, like a month ago at this point. Like, yeah, we're starting it now. Anything else even to say? I'm not even sure what else. I'm not even sure what else there is to say on the subject.
Well, we know. I'm assuming that it's gonna have sort of a similar feel to Angel Beats, not necessarily a similar story, but
it's the same writer.
Yeah.
Is it the same director?
I'm not sure.
Same studio?
I think it's the same studio. But I know, and a lot of the people, pretty much everyone who recommended the show, recommended it on our Angel Beats videos.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that it would appeal to the same kind of people.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah, I'm just gonna check the thing here. PA Works, I believe. Angel Beats. Yeah, Angel Beats. PA Works is the same studio, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. Where's the staff here? Director. Oh yeah, June Maeda. Angel Beats. Clenad. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the director also did Angel Beats episode 5 in the OVA. Yeah. So fairly, I'll expect something similar in terms of quality, but yeah, we don't really know. At least I don't know what the story really entails.
This is also, I believe, a 13 episode series.
Short and sweet, yeah.
So I'm wondering if it's going to be sort of the same thing as Angel Beats, where it was supposed to be 24 or whatever, and they had to cut it down, or if this one was purposefully made to be short.
I'm not sure.
That'll be kind of interesting. I think it might purposefully be made to be short.
Yeah.
Is what I'm thinking.
I hope so. So.
Also, just gonna say right now, we have a Patreon. That's how this show was chosen. We put a poll on our Patreon of our most... I think there was our top 4 most requested shows, and everyone on our Patreon got to vote, and Charlotte won. So that's how we're going to be choosing a lot of our shows, especially shorter ones from now on. So if you're interested, anyone from our $2, $5, or $10, anyone gets a vote on our shows. Same goes for OP reactions, so just thought we would let you know. About that, we also have a backup channel. We got a copy strike on our Tower right. We got a copyright strike on our Tower of God video. For those of you who are just finding our channel from Charlotte, please, if you like this video, if you like our content, go and subscribe to our backup channel as well as this one, just as some added insurance in case we do get struck down. We also have an Instagram at Boldcast Media on Instagram.
Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you check out our Angel Beats reaction series if you're into that, and all the other stuff we got on our channel. All the stuff in the description. But we're just gonna get right into
actually, I'm just going to say the thing that we are trying to get back in the habit of in the first place of saying that our reactions are not a substitute for watching the show. We encourage you to go and watch the show on a legal streaming service or buy it or whatever you want to do, and then come and enjoy our reactions. We are watching on Funimation. For those of you,
we're watching on Crunchyroll.
Just kidding. We are watching on Crunchyroll, but it is also on Funimation, and we are watching in the sub.
Indeed. Hope you guys enjoy. We're gonna get right into this. Charlotte, episode 1. Let's go. Whoa.
Kind of crazy.
Different style.
What?
Seemed like
what
a
is
very
going
significant open. Damn. Okay.
Whoa.
Why don't you take a seat before you do it?
Yeah. Oh. Pretty smart.
Oh, damn.
He's really...
That's so smart.
I mean, if he's smart enough to go follow through with all of that, he could just study.
Yeah. I'm getting some real Light Yagami vibes from this dude. Definitely not our regular Otonashi type dude. Confession?
Just a little bit dramatic.
Was it somebody else?
Oh.
Oh, did he? Oh, he did that.
So that she wouldn't be in the way as well. Did he just kill that guy, though?
To try and, like, be heroic.
Oh, okay, he's...
Total psycho. He can't be the only one with powers, right?
No, I'm sure he's the only one.
Who's filming everyone?
It's like Telescope Boy from Gleipnir.
The music in the background sounds familiar.
These pancakes look really, really good.
As I just said, it sounded familiar. Did they figure out he's cheating somehow?
Is it the same as his or something?
I would like to see that authorization.
Yeah. He'll be expelled if he leaves.
I would ask for proof. He just said that they have
or
that
have
authority.
someone else there watching or something.
There's no way he remembers. He just revealed himself. They're filming this room. Oh, another school. This is so dumb. There's no way. Saying he's a narcoleptic? How the fuck did she get his medical records? Takamatsu. I bet he's ripped.
What a jerk. Just drags her onto the ground. Someone else with powers?
Music is insane.
Someone with like a super speed power? Holy shit, did you see all those bikes flying in the air? I mean...
Well, the music.
He's obviously super fast, but he obviously doesn't have very good control. He's destroying the entire city.
why they care so much? Their
Are
school
they-
is special.
They all just go to the same school. It's like a superhero school. Sky high over here.
I was gonna say X-Men, but sure. Zoom.
Whoa. Invisible.
Invisibility, that's why she could film him.
That's really cool. That makes a lot of sense.
Also, she can make other people, like, be selective to other people.
For one target.
That's a really strategic.
Another imperfect ability. So it seems like they all are really cool but really flawed. She's cute. Aww. Do they live in like a dorm type thing or something?
I think it's just a shitty apartment.
They're allowed to just live by themselves?
I think, well, maybe their uncle lives somewhere else for work. I don't think it's super uncommon. I'm not entirely sure.
In her dream? Ooh, does she also have powers? Of like she dreams like the future or like other things or something? Never saw that coming.
What the fuck? That was a turn? Ramen?
Again.
Damn. Crazy first episode.
I really liked that.
Yeah. I did too. It was good. 1 second. Yeah, damn. That was a crazy first episode.
It was
What'd
really
you
good.
think about that?
It was
Yeah.
really
There was
good.
never a point where I was like, I don't know about this. Like, even in Angel Beats, like, a lot of it, I was just like, I mean, this is really crazy, but I feel like I'm supposed to be like, whoa, all these crazy guns, explosions, and shit, and I'm just like, I mean, fine, but I don't know any of these people. Like, they threw a lot at you in the first episode of Angel Beats, and I feel like in this one,
They took it really slow.
They took it slow.
But they introduced the right amount of characters at the right times. Like, they're like, this is the main character. This is the love interest. This is her best friend. There's the stuff going on. Okay, these are the student council presidents. Mm-hmm. Okay, here's his little sister. And now here's them all interacting with each other. Like, I don't know.
Before all that, there's, like, a few scenes of him, like...
Just doing...
We go through him, like, him using his power, and then it goes back to, like, this first time he used the power, then him trying to learn the power, and starting to do different shit, and then realizing that he could use it for his own, like, self-interest. And his, like, very light Yagami personality of, like, oh, went all according to my plan, and all this shit.
It kind of reminds me of The Devil is a Part-Timer, in, like, the way of, like, it's so serious, but it's also kind of funny at the same time. Like, haha, my plan is finally working out, and then she just dumps him. Like...
Yeah, that was a funny turn when she, like... completely went 180.
He expects her to just be in love with him forever and do anything for him, and she's like, actually that's a bit too far, and I don't really feel comfortable, like, not getting anything back in this relationship, just, like, traveling to visit you never coming to see me. Mm-hmm. So although I'm grateful, goodbye.
I will remember the moment you saved my life as long as I live. But I cannot afford to waste time on this, or whatever the fuck he said. Just complete 180. She definitely didn't seem like that kind of serious put together person.
Yeah. The teleportation guy.
Yeah, it didn't seem like teleportation.
But maybe
he's just teleporting a little bit every single time.
Or or I'm wondering if it's like he teleports, but he actually physically has to move. He can't like.
Blip out of existence.
Normally teleportation is like you're here and then you're here. You don't move.
Yeah.
But maybe this is like you're here and you pretty much instantly go to here, but you still have to have a physical path to that point. That would make sense as well.
Yeah.
It's just not typically what teleportation entails.
Yeah. Indeed.
And the invisibility, it's really cool. I really like the powers of like...
They're super not OP, but, like, more than anyone could possibly get, but, like, just invisible to one person. And you can, like, basically mind transfer jutsu into another person.
But only for, like, a couple seconds. And he goes completely limp. Yeah. He's like, it's like Ino's power from Naruto, but super limited. I don't know, it's just really cool. And I'm wondering if his sister has a power as well.
What's having to do with her dreams
or
whatever?
Having to do with her dreams. Although he had a dream as well, so I'm wondering if maybe it's... I think that's supposed to be like their father or something?
Maybe. Yeah, because they haven't spoken about their dad.
No, he said it was just our mom and she was a bitch, and then we got shoved off and now we're with our uncle. Mm-hmm. That's it. So I'm wondering if that was their dad. It's also interesting how they just live by themselves. I wonder if it is sort of like a school thing, because it seems like they moved into like a dorms.
I think now building. They might have, but I think the previous place they were staying, if I had to guess, like maybe their uncle got custody of them, but maybe their uncle couldn't leave and he got to go to this crazy prestigious high school. So they were like,
he's not in the high school yet. He's still in middle school or whatever.
I guess so.
Because he's transferring to the middle school and then he will go to that high school. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He was studying to take entrance exams for high school. Yeah. Which is just sort of why I was wondering, because that's a bit young. Like, I don't know the laws in Japan, but definitely in Canada, I think there would be a lot of like...
Can't live alone.
Yeah, you can't live alone. There'd be a lot of like legal hoops to jump through to get, what is he, like 14?
Yeah, middle schooler going into high school.
To get like a middle schooler and his younger sibling to just live alone in an apartment. That's not...
Is she like 2 years younger than him? Did they say?
She's not in middle school. She's in like the younger school. So I'm not super familiar with like the school age structure. Range for each thing, but I assume she's at least 2 years younger.
Yeah, a lot of good solid setup. I have a good sense of the main character especially, but also his sister and Is her name Tamori and Takajo.
Mm-hmm. They got like a solid like 4 characters like really well established.
Yeah, that's something that Angel Beats like really messed up on, I think. Even though I like all the characters, because they were obviously planning on exploring them throughout the entire series, but this tells me that maybe they're only looking that originally was planned to be a shorter series.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about before we watched it. Like, oh, is it gonna be another like try and shove everything into these 13 episodes, or is it going to be, okay, we're planning ahead for 13 episodes so that it doesn't seem like forced or rushed.
Yeah, and I think it paid off, and I'm sure we're obviously going to meet some more characters, but for a first episode, just having like the main guy, and his little sister, and then getting some insight into his family situation and who he is, and then like the faction now that they're going to of this school and the student council.
They don't really waste any time, but they don't make it feel rushed.
Yeah.
I think there was never a point where I was like, oh, this scene is going on for too long.
Yeah.
They were really snappy about it. It was really well done. And I love how, what's her name? This girl?
Tamori, I think.
Tamori is like immediate best friends with the little sister, and they're both just like, yeah, your brother's weird. Yeah, I know, he's so rude.
They're really funny. Yeah, there's obviously his name is Takajo, and then there's Takamatsu. He looks like a lot like Takamatsu from fucking Angel Beats.
A very similar.
He doesn't quite act like him from. I
don't know, a little bit,
but I don't know. It's just funny.
He like rips off the clothes and it's the cleaning outfit.
I don't have much more to say. Like, they didn't leave much room for like, oh, I wonder what that's about.
Yeah.
I wonder what this is about. Like, they set up everything.
I loved the evil laughing. Like, he seriously thinks he's Light. He seriously thinks he's in Death Note.
Yeah.
And he's so
that
cool.
laugh was so funny.
And he's just
doing the whole like face thing, like fucking Lelouch.
He keeps doing the whole like thing, like the evil little
grin.
chuckle.
Yeah. Yeah, he reminds me a lot more of Lelouch, for reasons that I won't go into. But in Light, very similar to Light in the same way that he like put that truck driver dude in peril just to get like a small fucking advantage in the social relationship for his own gain. Like, but he kind of looks like Lelouch a lot in the faces, like in some shots especially. It's really funny. We gotta watch that show.
I was gonna say something else.
What?
I forgot. Let me just think of it for a second. Oh, I was gonna say, it's also funny how he was so driven to use this power and, like, go to the different cram schools and write down who was good and spend so much time doing that. Rather
and energy,
than,
and mental energy.
And physical energy of, like, traveling to all these different places rather than just actually studying.
I mean, if you're talking about what's going to give you the more surefire,
I know, but I'm just saying,
like, he couldn't, like,
he's what I'm trying to say, I guess, is he's not a dumb person, and if he applied himself to studying, he could probably be, maybe not as good, but if he really put all that energy into actually studying, he could potentially do it already.
That school on his own merits if he put in the effort. But like, yeah, as
far as
like
fun as
it's not as fun, and it's not like as surefire of a thing. Like, I don't know. There's no matter how much a person studies, it's so it's so fucking hard to get like 100%, especially on something like that.
Yeah.
100% on an exam, like, that's fucking crazy. You can only do that if you like took the best from all these different people.
Yeah.
Like. Yeah, because then he's like, he's not just as good as himself, as one person who studies really hard and is really smart. He's as good as like 10 people.
What I want to know is how he knew, like, none of those people got all 100%, and how he would have to pay so much attention to who would specifically get this specific question right. Like, if it's a 100-question test, and it's like, oh, this question is about like this kind of thing, and the next question is about this kind of thing. How would he know, oh, this guy's really generally smart, but maybe he got that one wrong?
Well, I think just looking at multiple people's pages
and seeing like the majority.
That,
yeah, I guess.
And like if you're listening to these conversations at a cram school, they probably like did some studying, and then they like when they were sitting around having a break, then they were probably just like, oh, what do you think about this question? What do you think about that question? And then by those conversations, you might be like, oh, well, the way they talked about this conversation seemed like they actually know what they're talking about, and apparently they did good on this, or so they say, or they were helping somebody out with these questions. I saw that, so maybe they'll be better at those questions on the exam. But that kind of like categorization and like memory of all those specific details and like rank ordering shit and remembering specific people,
putting names to faces.
Yeah, all that's a serious strength, and that takes a lot of smarts in general. Like being able to like, oh fuck that, and whatever, what a physics question. That girl at this cram school, she was talking about this physics question that relates to this subject. Maybe that has maybe she'll have the answer to this one. I'll cross-reference with the other guy who's good at math or something, and see what their questions got and see which one is more complete or whatever. Like you still have to know enough about the material to get to like be able to replicate multiple people's answers in a way and write shit down in a way that like is able to be read legibly and understandably by the marker.
Yeah, so I think also he's not, like, he must have, like, at least a semi-good understanding of the subject matter to begin with.
Yeah.
To be able to determine, like, I guess that's sort of also what I'm saying is, like, it's not like he's clueless about whatever tests he's taking.
Yeah.
I think he knows enough to get a semi-good mark on his own, and then he has, like, the smarts, but he puts in all this extra work instead of just, like, going the extra mile for studying.
Yeah.
And getting a good mark. Instead, he's like, okay, I probably would get like a 75% if I took this test on my own, but I'm gonna use the knowledge that I have of what seems right and like take from all these other people. So it's kind of an interesting strategy because he's not just being like, oh, this person's smart, I'm gonna copy everything they say. He would have to have that basic understanding, or else it would just clearly be copied from someone else.
Yeah. And maybe he gets that basic understanding from, like, looking at multiple people's answers. But then, like, how many times are you jumping into people's brains during the test? Like, how many times can he use that without, like, hurting himself or something? I don't know. What I'm interested in is what his like, end goal. So, like, obviously, it's kind of basic, all the shit that he's doing. Like, I would think that his motivations are, like, oh, I want to go to a good school so that I can get a good job so I can take care of my sister. But he's, like, using his power also to get a girlfriend that is like, the cream of the crop, like, most popular girl in school. Like, that's also his motivation, so it makes me think, like, he really is very vain, obviously, but, like, it doesn't seem like he's doing it specifically for any noble underpinning or anything like that, like, taking care of his sister.
Like, it's not like, I'm going to use this power for good. It's like, I'm going to use this power just for myself.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting because...
It's just really basic.
And it's really kind of short-sighted because even if you put yourself through high school using this power, you put yourself through university or whatever training you have to do, and then you have to use it for your job for the rest of your entire life because, like, at what point do you, like... just start doing the job yourself, you know what I mean?
I imagine at some point he would probably learn how to just do whatever field he went into, but that's the thing, I don't think he's thinking about that at all. He's just like, how can I be the coolest,
but it's funny because they were like, I mean, you're pretty, like, everyone's just like, you're really hot, like,
you could probably be cool, like, without cheating on tests. And yeah, you could be just a smart hot guy on your own. You don't need to fucking be. But he's like, I want to be the hottest guy. I want to be the coolest guy. I want to be the fucking smartest guy dude on the planet. A genius. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm interested to see, like, if his motivations will evolve. Like, what... And also, we had a line earlier in the show or about midway, where he was saying how long this power lasts, or, like, until I lose the power. Like, making it seem like he either he's thinking that it might be temporary, or, like, we don't know how he got the power. He just kind of, like, had it one day.
Or maybe if people, like, outgrow it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if this is another, like, adolescent style thing, like with Angel Beats, how it was all, like, a metaphor for sort of growing up and finding a purpose or finding a path in life and not just being resentful. Like, if this is the thing of finding, like, a similar thing, or finding a purpose or something like that.
Or it might have been, like, sort of translation thing where it's more like, until I can be trusted with this power, I'm not allowed to leave. Like, unless he... Because obviously, other people from that school can go do whatever they want.
But they were always in 2s or 3s. Like, they were supervised by other people. Oh, there was also the fake student council president who was holding... Like, I don't know if he was the student council president of that school or what his deal was, because he was there when they did the fake test.
I thought that was the guy.
No.
Oh.
No, it was a different dude. I'll find it. Yeah, see, different guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's wearing the same uniform as our main boy, but he's not, but, like,
he must
seemed
not
to be in on it.
Yeah, he must not be from the normal school, then. It must have just been a...
Random guy?
Well, he might be from their school, but he just dressed up in the uniform to trick them. That's a good point. Because it seems like they don't really want normal people to really know about this, except for the fact that Teleportation Boy was just destroying the entire town.
And, the girl was showing her power to...
The sister. Well, I guess you can't really avoid it if it's like if it's a sibling and they have to live together.
I suppose. But she doesn't seem to know about his power of changing bodies.
That's true.
Yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this reaction to the first episode of Charlotte. Hope you guys enjoyed our review and discussion of it. We're definitely excited to see where this goes. Don't really have a negative thing to say about it so far. Like, it's just a super solid show. Super solid first episode so far. So, yeah, anything else you want to say before we go?
No, that's about it. I'm really excited to see what happens next.
Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out Angel Beats reactions and all the other stuff we got on our channel, and stay tuned for the next episode of Charlotte. We also got a Patreon, patreon.com/boldcast, where you can see, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see the next episode right now on our Patreon early, as well as a bunch of other stuff that you'll be able to see. There's also exclusive reactions to OVAs and movies, as well as exclusive live streams that we do once a month with patrons only. We decided the show, like Lindsay was saying at the start, by doing a poll, which all of our patrons, even our $2 patrons, have access to for voting on new shows. We won't be doing that for a while, but once the show ends, we're going to move on and do another voting for the next show, and we'll take some recommendations here and there. But, yeah, check out our Patreon backup channel, Boldcast Backup. Really important that you go subscribe to that. Just in case this channel gets taken down, we already have a strike. Could get more. Who's to say? We don't know what's going to happen in the future, so if you subscribe to that backup channel, then you'll be notified when we start uploading on it. Don't even have to do anything. Even if this channel goes down, you'll keep getting stuff from us. We also have Instagram, @BoldcastMedia. We got a Teespring. We got a bunch of stuff. All the links are in the description. Hope you check all that stuff out. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And we'll see you in the next episode of Charlotte. Bye-bye. And thank you to all of our patrons, especially those in the Student Council: Zenge,
John Ortega,
Rising 80,
Catherine,
Iwan Polgar,
Nicholas Teo,
Lewis,
Yeet,
Gentleman,
Christian Bay,
Mozart Waddle,
Kage Uzumaki,
Xavier Rhodes,
Nelson Barbosa,
Chow Lau.
Brian.
Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.